In this short video, we're going to look at how easy it is to create a Flutter app that will run on Android, with a very simple method to use the Apryse Webviewer as a plugin for viewing and editing PDF and DOCX documents. In this demo, I'm using VS Code with the Flutter and Dart extensions installed. You could use Android Studio or another IDE if you prefer. I also have Flutter installed on my machine. Okay, let's get started. In a console window, let's create a Flutter app using Flutter Create My App. Now navigate to the new folder and start VS Code using code. Before we do anything else, let's just make sure that our newly scaffolded app works by starting an emulated Android device and using Flutter Run. The first time this runs will take a few minutes, so we'll speed that part up. Okay, we have an app running, and when we click on the button, we can see it working straight away. Let's put the emulator aside for a minute and stop the Flutter server, because now we're going to actually start using the Apryse Webviewer library. Apryse was previously known as PDFtron, and the library still has that name, so let's add a dependency on PDFtron Flutter within the file pubspec.yaml. If I leave it like this, the dependency will be from pub.dev, but for now we will get the library from the GitHub repo. Next, call Flutter packages get, which will actually download the PDFtron Flutter library. Okay, now this tutorial is about getting Webviewer working with the minimum amount of effort, so let's head over to the file main.dart and copy the code from the blog post that is shown on the screen. For production purposes, an Apryse license key is required, but for testing this can be left blank. So that's all very straightforward, so let's save that and restart our Flutter app. I'll make the terminal window a bit bigger, because one of the things that will happen is that we're going to see an error. And the error says that we need to add Multidex support. This is because, by default, we can only have 64,000 methods in the app, but that includes all of the methods within the PDFtron library and any other libraries that are being used, so it's easy to exceed that limit. Thankfully, the solution is easy. And while we can enable Multidex in several ways, in this case, we will just let VS Code deal with the problem for us. That's looking good. Let's bring our project back over. We can see that it's downloading a file. And now we have a 756-page PDF running in our emulator. That was pretty easy. With just something like 70 lines of code and a few minutes, we have a fully functioning PDF editor and viewer. We can annotate the document if we wish, we can add bookmarks, and do all the other great things that the Apryse Webviewer supports. In the next video in this series, we will look at how to control the UI, and why treating the open document method as if it were synchronous, as we have here, may cause problems. But for now, thank you for watching.